What's up guys, this is Yeti, and I just watched the 4 new videos that IGN put out about Control and the improvements they're making for Destiny 2, and I gotta say, it is phenomenal. The videos, the clips that you're gonna see show off the gameplay from both Titan and Warlock, and I just love all of that primary gun action that's finally in Destiny, and it's not like ability spamming anymore. But enough of that, let's go over the details that they covered in the videos. So right off the bat, when the game starts, both sides on the A side and C side are already pre-capped, so the action is really starting at B. So people can either start flanking or just go straight directly for B. Say you capture B, there is no more, like say how multiple people have to jump on B to make the cap go faster. There's just a single cap that goes one speed regardless. And also the same thing, if someone goes to counter cap it, there's usually, you have to neutralize the zone and then cap it. The neutralized part is out of the game. It's just straight up capping. Also, what you're gonna notice is the flag, it disappears closer you get to it. Because when you play Control now and you get close to the flag, it'll be flapping in front of you and it will obscure your view when you're in certain gunfights that a lot of times people lose because of it. So I'm really happy that's out of there. And they also mentioned zone advantage. So say one team has one zone and you get a kill, you get 1 point for that. If your team has 2 zones and you get a kill, you get 2 points for that. And if your team has all 3 zones, or otherwise known as power play, and you get 1 kill from that, while you have all 3 zones, you get 3 points. They also mentioned that the matches are only going to be 8 minutes long. They're usually around 10 to 11 minutes. Nothing's really drawn out, and both teams are really battling at it. They did leave the mercy rule enabled, which is good because sometimes you do kind of just demolish a team, or sometimes depending on who's on your team gets demolished. So I'm glad that's still there. So while Destin was talking to Lars in the video, he said that they really wanted to make the game more competitive, more learnable, more understandable, to get more people into the game and have a more team-oriented style of play. Because now that you only have 3 other people on your team, it's easy to keep track of, oh, you know, hey, I'm on B. Either help me protect B, or say you 2 guys go flank C. Or if you know where the enemy is coming, you can at least set up to a degree to kind of counteract them. So the map is called Endless Vale. It's on Nessus. And from the walkthrough that Destin did, there seemed to be a lot of flanking spots and open lines of sight, and a mixed bag of places that you can take cover and go into a firefight. If say you have a point in the map where you're fighting a 2v1, you can duck behind cover and just be able to put up a better fight, especially now that there's no more ability spam and you have to really focus more on that primary gameplay, gunplay. I really appreciate that being in the game now. It's so much needed. So also, not counting what's on the videos right now, on Twitter, Gigz was able to speak to the dev team and they gave him a bunch of information. So they told him that Nova Bombs track now, and they split into pieces, and each piece tracks a player until it hits. I wouldn't say it's OP, but we'll have to see it when we get to play the beta next week to see if it's too overpowered, because I know people are already complaining about the roaming Titan being overpowered. So if all of the subclasses are quote-unquote overpowered, and if that's the balance, I have no issues. And let's see, they also went over saying that the Void Workers also have the blink ability. If in the gameplay from before, while this guy was getting chased down, he was just blinking and blinking. I think like 2 guys are chasing him. So I'm glad that they're really balancing on all the subclasses to make them feel more, I guess, unified to a degree, yet also different, especially for the different playstyles. Also, the Titan bubble. Right now, still in Destiny 1, you can't break a Titan bubble unless you're using either Nova Bomb or the golden guns. or the tether shot, depending on how you have it set up. But now that they've changed it so that guns and abilities can weaken the bubble and then eventually break it, which is easier to deal with, especially in control when you have sometimes people running 6 titans and you have so many bubbles to deal with. The give and take is just really good of what they're doing with the game, which is really cool. And seeing that there's so much more gunplay now, it's going to be a primary meta, which is now you have like primary, secondary, or hand cannon, sniper. And I'm a person that loves my auto rifle, and depending on the day I'll be with my scout and pulse rifle, but I love to fight with a gun, more so coming from a Call of Duty background. So having this big change in the game, I'm going to be loving Crucible even more now, which it's just great. Also, all abilities are going to have the same cooldown, so that there's no more stacking intellect or stacking discipline or stacking strength. Everything has the exact same cooldown, so people are going to have to know when to use their abilities and basically when not to give them the advantage, depending on if they're fighting a one-on-one or fighting a 1v2 or even fighting the whole team. All subclasses are also going to be moving at the same speed. So you're not going to have a Titan scaling faster than a Warlock that doesn't have Blink. So evenness that they're putting into the game is just, it's even more balancing that Destiny 1 is missing, even though Destiny 1 is almost over. And finally, all subclasses have the exact same reach for melee. Because right now, some of the subclasses have either 6 meter reach, a 7 meter reach, or for the Warlock, it's like an 8 meter reach, which is like ridiculous. So the fact that they're restricting all of them to 4.5 and there's no more like stabbing spam or with the Warlock, bring it on. Just please. I am so grateful that they're making all of these changes for the Crucible. And on a side note, seeing as they've made all of these changes into PvP, I can definitely see them going towards a future competitive scene. I can see them very much going towards a Call of Duty World League soon, as far as you have your smaller competitions and they all stack up points toward your league title. And currently in Call of Duty they have stage 1 and they have stage 2 and they have smaller competitions in between, and all of these points stack up towards playing for the Call of Duty World Championships. Now I can see the same structure coming towards Destiny, especially so now that they've structured the PvP to focus on teamwork and gunplay, which Call of Duty is based on for their competitive scene. And coming from someone that's loved Call of Duty since 2007. Haven't been much the biggest fan the last 2-3 years, but I'm loving where the current Call of Duty is going towards for World War II. I'm just glad that Destiny, to a degree, is going in that same direction, especially more so for a competitive scene, since I've been watching every competition online since MW3, and I would love to get that same feeling for Destiny.
Zone C lost. Zone A secure. You have advantage. This is wonderful. Double down. Triple down. Zone C captured. 3 minutes. You're winning. Stay strong. Zone A lost. You're almost there. Zone C lost. You captured Zone A. You have advantage.
Thanks for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you did, click on the like button. If you'd like to see some more content from me, click on the subscribe button. If you'd like to interact with me some more, you can find me on Twitter at YetiGoatee. If you have any suggestions or comments, you can leave it down in the comment sections. So until the next video, this is Yeti. Catch you later.